Internet D. Wait, do you mean dicks? Do you mean internet dicks?
Yeah, Drew! I mean internet dick!
That's so freaked up. What the frick? Yeah, I'm struggling, like you. So let's talk about it. I'm your host, Freckled Hobo, and this is Frecked Up.
Hey everybody, welcome to the broadcast. Let me bring up my BRB. I gotta like change some of my settings on some stuff because I'm gonna keep the weird backgrounds instead of the blue. I'm just gonna change it entirely to stuff. Am I curling my hair? I am. Thank you for asking. That's why my hair's up like this. It's like twisted around something. I'm curling it because I'm supposed to be doing some headshots later today, which is great because I found a good photographer who seems to be really nice, and he met me when I met my husband. So my husband would have told me if if he had some weird vibes from him or not. And yeah. The no hair David dude?
Yeah, that we probably woke up on the floor that day.
Yeah.
With the little stains on him.
Thank you, Old Man Chris, for subscribing. Hi, Sindel. Hi, Faywords. How you doing? Good morning. Since you are an actor, what do you do for work when you're not acting? This. I mean, barely. I do a bunch of stuff when I'm not acting. I actually create my own content when it comes to acting content. Because there are a lot of things you need for acting, like headshots and real material and stuff like that. And the easiest way to provide those things for your career is just to make them yourself. I used to wait for people to hire me or to cast me for those things. And I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to do it myself because I saw other people doing it themselves. Hi, Candy. Thank you for following, by the way, Lorenzo. I know it's Lorenzo, but I wanted to say it weird. But yes, I do a lot of art. I do a lot of creating of not only content on TikTok, but I go live on Twitch. I go live on YouTube. I go live here. I've been approached for a couple other apps that I will not be going live on because they are really ripping off the people who go live. And they kind of There's a few things that I look for when I join a live group or a live social network. I hate when you have a requirement of, not necessarily an hour requirement, but a ranking requirement. Like you have to keep continuously doing amazing to be featured, which I get. But at the same time, it's like if you have already proven yourself on other apps to be beneficial and to continuously talk eloquently and to keep conversations going, you're not on your phone the whole time. I feel like they should be rewarded more often than those who just sit on their phone or sit in booty shorts and lay on the bed. Like, those kinds of things.
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching. I was going through TikTok Live when you were on the other day, and you sit and talk and act and hang out with people. And the next one was just a girl, and she was just like sitting there doing art that the people couldn't see, but she had huge tits and her shirt was like way down, and she had like 70,000 people on her live.
Makes
and
sense.
It's just her just sort of like slowly shaking her boobs while she draws, and wasn't talking, was doing anything, and I was like, what the fuck, man? And it's just like gift.
Hey,
Titties.
Man, Simps like the tits.
Fucking titties, man.
Oh, man.
And she didn't even. She had like maybe 100,000 followers. Like didn't even have a lot of followers, but everyone was watching because as you scroll through live. Titties. That's all it is.
Titties in your face. That's literally what it is. But yeah, no, I've been approached for a bunch of other apps, and I refuse to do the sexual apps, except for one. I got approached yesterday. I forgot to tell you, by Playboy.
That's amazing, actually.
Yeah, they have a new app called Playmates or something like that, and they want me to be live on it. And I said, okay, is nudity required? And they said no. And I said, are you sure? Because the last time I did something like this and they said nudity wasn't required, it was. But yeah, no.
Playboy is actually, they've like stepped down, especially after Homeboy died. And they do a lot of stuff that's not nude anymore.
Yeah,
fact,
so I might be doing another live.
Even their magazines only have like one cover model nude thing, but the rest.
Oh, that's what it's called. It's not called Playmates. It's called Centerfold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they only do like one centerfold per magazine now, and they like try to keep it a little more
less.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
It was never like that. That was more like Hustler. Playboy was always pretty classy, but they focus more now on like interaction.
So I'm not alone with this type of life. No, not necessarily. Oh, because you do what I do. That makes sense. Yeah, no, I do a lot of stuff besides creating my own content. Hi, Jamo. Besides creating my own content, besides doing YouTube and going live on multiple things, I also work on a production company that my husband and I created. I am putting together an audiobook that's fantasy based with my husband and our friend. I play D&D on Sundays privately. I have been working on making merch so that people can like own a piece of my personality, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be like mushrooms and snails and all kinds of stuff. So if you like goblin core or edgy dark goblin core with like rats and stuff, like witchy goblin core, that's me. So I'm hoping people will really enjoy my content and start purchasing stuff so that I can, not be a spicy content maker anymore. Oh, that's the other way. The other way I survive is spicy content. While I enjoy how it makes me feel creating this kind of content and feeling sexy, when some stuff that I'm really proud of doesn't sell, or when people just message me and say BG content, and I'm like, guys, I'm not making the P word. I'm not doing that. I'm just making very sexy, not safe for work. My horns are right here. My horns are right here. I'm just setting them up here because it hurts to have this on and the horns on at the same time. But they're right there. They're just over yonder. So I know you're probably gonna say no, but was thinking of going live. It'd be okay to do a live. I'm actually not going live too long today. Find me on Friday or next Monday. Because today is a quick go live while I can, because I have a photo shoot. I'm gonna have to like do my makeup eventually and do like a basic face. I'm glad I got my eyelashes redone. It's literally right before I did headshots, which is great. Headshots are important. I do headshots a lot. They have to be done like every 3 to 6 months. It's crazy. Even if you don't change, even if you look exactly the same. Do my makeup. I mean, maybe it would be it's not going to be like, makeup. It's going to be like eyebrows with like a little bit of base and lip. Like it's not going to be too cray-cray. When you do headshots, you want to be looking as natural as possible, because when you apply for things or submit yourself with those headshots, if you submit something that looks nothing like you, or something that has so much makeup that it's just like, that's caked on. No one's gonna hire you. But yeah, I like how fast and how much you talk. Thank you. I'm actually trying really hard to talk slower than I normally do. I know that some people come on here to learn English, and I just talk fast in general. And I also have just drank coffee, and that's all I've had today, so my voice is going to go quick. But I do talk to people. I find it bizarre that people come on here and go live and they don't talk to the people on here. It drives me insane when I go on a live, even with someone that I know, even with a friend. Like, I was watching Youth Pastor Ryan the other day, and like, he knows who I am, and I messaged him or on the thing, and I was like, what up, Ryan? And he completely ignored me, and I went, okay, and then I left, because I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and try to pan for attention for someone that I actually know. But yeah, it's cool. Everything's fine.
It's not a humble brag.
It's not a humble brag. It's not a humble brag. Streamers are literally people too. That's like if people are like, oh my god, Freckled Hobo said hi to me. It's like, well, yeah, you're human, I'm human. It's not a humble brag. Look at me, look at me, look at me. It is not a humble
You're
brag.
the most self-aware person I know.
Shut up. No. Anywho. You remind me of Emma Stone. I get that a lot. I sound like her, and I also am a Scorpio, like her. And yeah, we're both very similar. I assume we're similar. She is really funny, and I tend to want to be like her. Not necessarily like be her, but I very much enjoy the route she has taken for her career, and I want the same career. And it's been proven throughout the world.
True to herself. Like, she does her comedy is very specific, and she's really she's just who she is.
She's just who she is, and she doesn't have any freaking internet stuff. She doesn't have any social media, which is great, and I envy that so much. Because she got in good right before the internet became like a necessity to be like famous or to like make it in the industry. But nah, she cool. I get told I look a lot like Jules from Superbad. I get told I look like
Easy A.
Yeah, Easy A, Olive Pendergast from Easy A. I get told that I look like Natalie from House Bunny. There's a couple of ones where it's all her characters, but anything where she has red hair, I get told I look like her. Especially Jules, because my hair gets really dark during the winter. So I definitely look like her for sure. I'm seriously asking, why do you believe astrology is true? I believe that some astrology is true. I don't think that it is true through and through. I don't think you can take someone's astrology sign and know absolutely everything about them from head to toe, because I think that there are certain things out of our control, like trauma and personal experiences that we go through as young adults or young children, and we just can't control those things. Hi, Divergent Daddy. Welcome back. But yeah, I agree with some things. I think that you can't just go off your one sign. I do think that going off of your other signs also help, like your rising and your setting and all that stuff. It gives you little bits and pieces of your personality. I will say, just reading the Scorpio one, that's not me. Reading the Scorpio with all of my other signs combined, that is me. Or at least it makes more sense for me. It makes more sense to me. Tell me your news, Kendi. What's the part of astrology you think it's true? Well, I think that the baseline of Scorpio is very similar to who I am. I am very creative. I am very standoffish. I do tend to cut people out if they hurt me enough. But I give people chances, and that's not usually what a Scorpio would do, or at least that's not what it says in the astrology stuff. Can be, lately not really. I'm not sure why. It's something in my body, but I have been very sexual, but lately I haven't been, and I don't know if that's due to stress. I don't know if that's due to something inside fucking up in my brain. But I used to be crazy, so we'll figure that out eventually. Hi, Candace. You love my voice. Thank you. But yeah, no, I believe in a bunch of stuff from astrology, but not necessarily everything. The whole, like, the random TikToks that I see that are pertaining to astrology, where it's like, this is the hardcore sign, this is the meanest sign, this is the most productive sign. Those things are fun to watch, because some things I'm like, okay, this has to be Scorpio, but then I realize that there's other signs similar to Scorpio, like Taurus and Leo, especially Leo. Leo, I think, definitely is the most boastful. They're very, very proud to be Leos, they're very intense. Scorpios are like the quiet, intense ones. We can be intense if you step on our, well, we'll fucking sting you with our tails if you step on us, kind of a thing. But you know, Leos are loud while Scorpios are more in the shadows, kind of a thing. You are easy on the eyes. No disrespect. Meant it as a compliment. Thank you. I have a twin and he's an extreme extrovert and I'm introverted as fuck. We're supposed to have the same personalities. Not necessarily. I mean, you were born at different times, and while you're different forms of DNA. Like you're not the same person. You might. Are you identical twins or are you fraternal twins? Out of pure curiosity, I personally would love to hear more about twins. I want twin boys, real bad.
I don't want. When are they identical?
Identical?
Is it paternal or fraternal?
Fraternal means they look different.
Okay, I don't want identical twins because they're fucking weirdos. Sorry if you're an identical twin. They're
creepy. Not identical.
They're so creepy.
I think twins are cute. I mean, I wouldn't want to dress them the same. I feel like that's what makes them weird.
But they get they're so weird. It's like they have a mental connection and they like can always read each other's minds.
But I mean, that's just a great connection.
That's creepy.
You're just jealous.
No. I'm not.
Hobo gang, everywhere hobo, every hobo, I love your name. So I looked into the Twin Mask events. I'm extremely interested. I'm trying to build a Celestial. Ooh. If you have any questions about Twin Mask, I'll happily answer them. We had to learn that game the hard way over time and hard work.
It took us like a year to figure out
It took us a year to figure out how to play because everyone there who's a veteran were very
gatekeeping.
Chris says, "The hell, Zach?"
Is he a twin?
What?
Is he a twin?
No, I don't think. Are you a twin?
Okay.
I didn't think you were a twin.
You're talking shit?
Are you talking shit about Chris? Don't talk shit about Chris. He said yes. You're a twin. Shut the fuck up. You're a twin.
Well, sorry, Chris. You're a little creepy.
Zachary. Chris is my number one OG. Don't be mean. I'm sorry if you're an identical twin watching this. So some people may find this odd, but I now wear women's boots and shoes. That's not odd. I live in Los Angeles.
Come to Hollywood.
Come to Hollywood. You would fit in perfectly.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit, and you're probably more stylish than everyone around you.
Yep. Is Zach your husband? He is. Aren't you my husband, Zach?
Yeah, I think so.
I've got the paperwork to prove it. Oh, to use the full name, Zachary. Yeah, I like using Zachary when he's in trouble, and if he doesn't respond to Zachary, then I continue with all the other full Z names that I know. I go, Zachary, Zacchaeus, Zebediah,
Yes, she does.
Zechariah,
She does that.
Zeke, Zep, until he answers. Usually it's around Zechariah that he answers. Swallow or spitter? Neither. Don't look at me like that. I just don't like it in my mouth. I'll put the sausage. I just don't want the goop. I don't like the goop. Why are you laughing at me? There are 2 twins in the hospital. They are 3 months old. What does that mean? Definitely seems like a lot to Twin Mask. It's disappointing they don't post all the information. I mean, they post a lot of information. They expect you to read the rulebook through and through and understand it. But it's like a 400-page rulebook. So the best way to explain it is there are characters. This whole LARP is about trauma, death, and fantasy. It's fantasy driven, but you are basically a person or a character, a PC, that has already died in your own lifetime, and through some kind of magic, you have been brought back to life in this town called Port Frey. You can't leave the town, and this town is full of murder hobos. This town is full of people that just want to fucking kill you, steal your stuff, and die. If you die, don't worry. It's not the end of the world. You've got a bleed out for 3 minutes before you can die. And then once you die, you go to the ferryman, and the ferryman will play a risk game with you. And then if you lose the risk game, you perm die, and then, you have to create a new character. But if you create a character and you don't die, you just get taint, and you end up going back. You come back, the ferryman brings you back. We don't know why. We don't know why we're in this town of Port Frey. We don't know why we've come back. All we know is that we are able to learn magic here, and we're able to learn fighting and all this stuff. So my character, Zoya Yaga, yes, related to Baba Yaga, fear me. Zoya is one of my favorite OCs that I've ever created. Zoya is a Trahazi, which is essentially a traveling gypsy type character, who is a dream mage, who is a diviner. She does a lot of tarot reading and stuff. She's very much your typical gypsy woman. And while no one allows you to say gypsy in game because it's slander, I'm descendants of Irish gypsies. And it bothers me that I'm not allowed to say the word gypsy. And I say it anyway because I'm like, I am an Irish gypsy. Would you like to want to come at me? And we'll come and smash our gagushkas together. So in Twin Mask, there are a bunch of ways that you could do stuff. You can learn a magic. You have to have the right character points, that's CP. If you have enough CP, or character points, as they're called, you can go up levels in magic from journeyman to apprentice to master to grandmaster. Those are the 4 levels of magic you can do. But there are a bunch of other magics you can learn. There's blood, dream, alchemy, warding, channeling, healing, sorcery. There's enchanting. There's a bunch of different magics you can learn. So there's a bunch of stuff you can learn over time, but magic takes a lot of points. If you don't want to do magic or be magically adept, you can also do fighting. You can do teaching. You can do research actions. You could be a cook like my husband. You can be, there's a whole bunch of things you can do in this world. It's really, really cool to decide the kind of person that you want to be. And I'm going to let you know now, you're going to create a character. You're going to create it solely based off of like what you've learned in D&D, because that's what I did. That's what everyone I know has done. And they're like, oh, I love playing a rogue, so I'm going to be a rogue in this game. And then they go to the game and realize it's not PC versus PC. Like, sure, you can, work together, steal from each other, whatever, but it's mainly NPCs versus PCs. So everyone you're fighting is going to be like peasants, demons, orbs, spiders, like random things that you're going to want to murder and kill and stuff. So that is like who you're going to battle. In this game, you can learn magics throughout the game. It takes like 30 minutes to an hour. If you sit with someone who has that skill, they can sit and teach you or talk with you. Like if I do a divining thing or I teach people how to read tarot, I'll sit and just give you a tarot read for 30 minutes or so. I also know how to do a sleight of hand trick to kind of freak people out. For dream magic, I tell them to lay down and I tell them a story, kind of a thing. So like you could do whatever you want. For teaching people how to read, I bring a book called The Day the Crayons Quit, and I read a little kid's book to them, and that's how I teach them how to read, and then I can sign off on their skill. As long as they have the points, they can have the skill. The other thing that you could do is start building things. You can build ships, you can build kitchens, you can build laboratories, you can be a blacksmith. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can build, and to build things, you need item cards. Item cards are invaluable, whether that be an influence card, postage to send something overseas, a food tag, an item tag, or let's say you're looking for...
And it's also like wood and stones,
wood,
materials.
stone, iron, salt. Like let's say to make a kitchen, we needed like 10 pieces of salt, or 10, it's like a piece of paper, 10 things of salt, 10 things of iron, lots of wood, lots of stone to make a kitchen. When you have all the item tags, you then take those item tags and you turn them into logistics, and they'll give you a blue slip that means you built this kitchen. So now you can use this kitchen in game to, let's say Zach and I, we serve our group called the Snecks. Everyone calls us a cult, but we're not. We're just a group of people. We're not a cult. We're a group of people. We're basically what I like to call the home for the homeless. If you are a newly returned or you're new to the game and you don't know what you're doing, we're a good place to start. We are one of the most inclusive groups. We say no to nobody. And what's cool is we have a new thing now where you can complete 3 quests to join the group. So like we teach you how to play by sending you on quests. It's without us teaching you. It's a lot of fun. It worked really well last game, so we're going to do it again. And like quests that I like to send people on, so it depends on who you select in our group, but there are 5 people you can get a quest from. There will be 7 or 8 next game, but this game there's 5. And since I'm the leader of the group, I send you on the most ridiculous things. If you were to get all 3 of your tokens from me, all 3 of your quest tokens, let's say you get 3 from me or 3 from the person, like my friend Rook, or Christian, he plays Rook. Rook is our basically treasurer. He holds on to our building tags, what we want to build, how much we need of those buildings, what we already have. And then if you get quests from him, he's going to send you to go find things for the buildings we're trying to build. At the moment, we're trying to fortify. We have a wood fortified building for our camp, but we want to make it stone so that nobody can break through the door, because last game, a dragon broke through our door and killed almost everyone, which is great. But like I said, we'll send you on 3 quests, and if you get 3 tokens from one person, that person will then ask you if you would like to be an apprentice of that person to teach you more about what you did. For me, I have the most ridiculous quests. I send people to start rumors. I send people to look for specific items and try to, or I say, hey, go find the captain of the guard and bring him here. Go find 3 snacks. I need you to go to everyone and go, ooh, ooh, find 3 snacks. And if you can bring them to me and I can verify that they're snacks, then yes, you get a token kind of thing. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. You build buildings, you build items, you build ships, you gain magic, and you grow a community. Our community, personally, the snacks, I think, are one of the most inclusive. We have all genders, races, cultures. We have all religions. Like, we don't discriminate against anyone. A lot of the time, we first entered this group or this game, and a lot of people were gatekeepy. A lot. Like, I was part of a Trahazi group, and I felt so weird, like, walking up to other Trahazi people and being like, oh, hello, cousin! How are you today? And they would just ignore me. And I was like, okay, fun. Another thing I was waiting for my husband to leave the room. But there is another thing that happens at game that's super annoying. So I'm sure you've all heard of the whole Opalgate drama and all that nonsense. I don't really care anymore. I've said what I said. I've apologized. There's nothing more I can do at this point besides moving on with my life and just enjoying the things I enjoy and not letting the internet get me down. Because if the internet didn't exist, I'd have a great life, to be honest. So I'm like, okay. At game, I heard people talk about the Opalgate because they would pass by my tent and go, is that Katie Ford? Kind of a thing. Because I wear my Zoya costume on my TikTok, so people should be able to recognize me. And I heard from a couple of my friends that in the Guild of Academics, which is the place that they hold all the books toward the front of town, we're kind of in the middle, they're in the front, they were all talking trash. And a bunch of the other snacks, because there's 60 members in my group, we have the biggest group by far. The other snacks would go up to them and be like, hey, that's not okay for you talking trash. Why don't you go meet her instead of being an asshole? Like, she's nice and inclusive to everybody. Everything that's happening online is a lie, but no one will listen to her because of one mistake. Because I was stupid for a 0.5 seconds and my misjudgment caused this huge craziness. Sorry, okay, I'm done. I had a thing. Now I can read all my things. Okay, hold on. Let me read. Your youngest son's name is Zachary. Love it. Seriously, what does it taste like? What does what taste like? They need to be adopted. No. So you see some of my cosplay account, I have like a ABBA costume. Love it. Now we have a debate. You gotta answer them. Stand up and spin around for the rats. No, thank you. Sounds fun. No one wants the baby in the hospital because they are twins. I want twins. Did you ever pay your butler back? What butler? Trahazi seemed like where I would be. Hell yeah, well, if you want to be a Trahazi, if you want to connect yourself to my story, you can. Or you can just be a part of my caravan. Your backstory doesn't need to be too detailed. It does need to have how you died, and it does need to have the kind of person that you are. But other than that, it doesn't have to be too crazy. Out of interest, do you like dinosaur games? Depends on the game. They all must have a tag as well as items that can be stolen. Yeah, if you have something that needs to be stolen, there has to be a blue piece of like fabric on it. That means that it's in-game. You're not supposed to steal things from other people unless it's an in-game item. Yeah, simply non-exclusively kin. What game are we talking about? We're talking about Twin Mask. Twin Mask LARP is in like Corona, California type area. Zach and I drive from, LA. It's not too far. It's like on the day, it's usually like an hour and a half because of traffic, but it's like 45 minutes or so to get there. It's really cool. It mixes camping with D&D with cosplaying and role-playing, and it's my favorite game. I'm trying 2 other LARPs this year. I am going to LARP in Texas. I think I'm not really 100% sure what it's called. I think it's called Voyager or Voyager or something like that. I am going to one in Canada called the Voyage North. It is very expensive, but I'm excited to try a more upscale one where I don't have to provide my whole tent set up. That would be great. Just my costume sounds great. And I'm going to go to one in Michigan called Canar. I'm really excited. Really excited. But my group is one of the most inclusive group. It is SNEK, SNEK, simply not exclusively kin. So hopefully everyone will feel more welcome and stuff. It's not at the, yeah, it's at the Cronenberg Ren Fair site. That's exactly where it is. Oh, hi Dustin, how you doing? You have platform boots, nice. Texas has a huge community for nerds. I bet. Oh my god, my manager is always calling me. Let me text my manager, give me 1 second. Yay! I am live on 3 separate apps, question mark. What's up, question mark? All right, we'll just wait for that green light. It's funny, on a TikTok there's a green light next to like the live little thing to make sure that I'm live again. Hello, sorry, I had to message my manager. If you don't like the interruptions, because sometimes I'll have to answer a text every now and then, you can go to my Twitch or my YouTube. I'm live on Twitch and YouTube and TikTok at the same time, mainly because I don't have time to go live on 3 things at the same time, or like separately, so I'm like, let's just do it individually kind of a thing. You just moved from Austin to where? Austin is fun. I haven't been to Texas. Actually, I was in Texas in January. That's a lie. I went to a wedding for a friend who no longer is my friend. The things I do for that girl. Never again. But yeah, if you're interested and you want to go to a LARP in California, it's free your first time. So if you don't like it, you don't have to come back and commit to it. That's my favorite part about it, is that people are interested in LARP, but they don't know if they like it or not. I always go, just join. Just go once. It's free your first time. You just have to provide your own sleeping arrangements. There are 2 areas to camp in. There's in-character camping and Tent City. Tent City is you don't have to be in character. You can wear whatever you want. You can, be whoever you want. You can, hi Siri. You can have a regular tent, a big tent, little tent, in character, doesn't matter. In character tents are in town, and I have an in character tent. I have a regular tent. It's a 2-bedroom in a way. It's a big bedroom in the back with like a foyer in the front, and I wrap it in velvet all the way around, and I pin it to the tent so it looks very Trahazi, very gypsy traveling. And then the rest of my area has like lights and moons and bells and candles, like fake candles everywhere. There is an altar with like a bloody piece of body on it, usually, all kinds of stuff. He found it. What? LOL. My husband's taking his break, and he sent me a picture and a text, and it said he found it. And I said, who? And I clicked it, and it was Milton, my dog, had found the ball I hid from him up on the counter. He was like staring at it like this. It's really funny. Mackenzie says, I was thinking about a celestial who was killed for being in love with a Fae blood. That's super cute. Double check the background of Fae and celestial to make sure that that's okay. You're going to want to turn in your character sheet like 2 weeks before game, because the new player team, not only is there new player training you can go to on Discord and everything, but there you can ask questions, and you're going to be assigned to your culture's or bloodline. I think it's one of the 2 for first time patient or first time player type things, as well as to make sure that celestial and Fae blood like thing works. I'm pretty sure it does, because I think there's only like 2 or 3 cultures that are completely against the Fae, but I'm not 100% sure it's the celestials. Double check where you're from, because the cultures could change everything, especially with Trahazi being travelers and wanderers and gypsies. Like, we're kind of more inclusive than other people, so I would check. But I do know there are many celestial gypsies. I mean, Trahazis. 3 or 4 of them are snacks, so you can join the snacks, be part of the group, or not. It's up to you, but we are a really good place to start for people who are new, because then we kind of teach you how to play. What do you have to wear? So it is fantasy driven. Depending on where you're from is what you'd wear. Your culture defines your costume. So for me, the Trahazis, they're traveling Romani type gypsies. I wear big gypsy skirts. I've got bells and sashes around my waist. I've got my adventurer belt with all my pouches on the back of it. I carry around fans with lace stuff on it to do my divining. I carry around tarot cards. I've got a shirt that you've a lot of you have already seen on my TikToks where it's like a wraparound shirt with like poofy sleeves. I wear like bangles on my head and a bunch of necklaces. I have snake tattoos on my hand. I dress like a gypsy. Now there's other things you could do. Like for celestials, sometimes they have wings, sometimes they don't. It depends of their backstory. Demons sometimes have horns or they don't. Dragons sometimes will have tails or dragon hands or dragon here or scales on their face. But for the culture, that just depends on where you're from. So if you're from Cole, you're a pirate. So you could dress as a celestial from Cole. Or I have a fae friend named, my old DM Terry. She plays a fox fae named Kit. And she is from Cole. So she is dressed like a fox pirate. You can do the amalgamation, which is a I call them the goths, or the emos, because they wear all black and they're very much about military in a way. There's Castle Thorn. They have red armor kind of a thing. Like they're more of like the guards and stuff. There is the Gale. Gale is more like wanderers or wildlings. They are more about being wild and stuff like that. They're Scottish, Irish, they're Fae, they're, Viking type-esque. And then you've got the Fae from Paradox. Paradox is where most of the Faes come from. Paradox, you can just wear whatever you want. Anything fantasy driven is fine. Corsets, dresses, shorts, pants, it doesn't matter. And then there's other things that you could do as well. Like costume wise, if you're a celestial, you can have wings. There's a lot of people with wings. There's some that are really tall, some that are long. There are fae, flower fae, forest fae, tree fae, druids. There are fancy Dacians. The Dacians are like 1800s France, like we like dancing and wearing masks. They're very fancy and they have a lot of money. Have you tried being rich about it is one of their favorite sayings. They throw a lot of parties and stuff like that. Really just depends on where you want to go. So if you want to check it out, go to twinmass.com. You can check out their rule book. The beginning of the book should have the 6 bloodlines as well as all of the cultures you can choose from. And if you are curious about what the pictures look like, you can go to Twin Mask on Instagram. A lot of my photos are on there. I take photos at Twin Mask. I am one of the main photographers. I've been doing it for over a year and a half now. I normally take about 4,000 photos at game, and then I post about 800. So it's a lot of work, but I do it so that I don't have to do an NPC shift. But yeah. What about UK people? I mean, if you're willing to travel here, you can still go for free. You just have to travel here. So it's not free when it comes to traveling, but it is free for your first time. You don't have to pay. Other than that, it's $60 every time. It's not that much. And if you have an alternate character, like for example, I have 2 characters. I have Zoya, and then I have Nif. Nif is a fawn fae, like a deer fae from Paradox, but she traveled with her mother to Dreer. Dreer is the home of the cannibals. Dreer is what I call the goths. The savages. They're all about blood. They're all about rituals and eating and cannibalism and stuff like that. So her backstory, my poor little Nif character, she's very young. She and her mother lived in Dreer away from the fear of her father in Paradox for a while. And then one day the Dreer found out that they were there hiding, and her mother, being the older deer, could hear that they were coming through the bushes and stuff. So she hid Nif under the bed and in the pillows of their tent. And Nif had to sit there and watch her mother be devoured by all of these Dreer. So then once they were out, she ran for her life, and she's been running for her life ever since. So she's a traumatized deer fae who can only say her name. And she also likes to eat her own blood because she saw other people eating blood. So she figured, if I'll eat my own blood, there won't be enough for anyone else. So she sits and eats her own blood. She's a cannibal in that way. And then she also likes to take her finger and drip it in her little blood bottle. And she'll like look at you in her book, and she'll finger draw like a blood picture of you, slap her book together and open it like a psychology painting and go, yeah. It's hilarious. She's so fun. I only bring her out when I'm super bored of playing Zoya, or like the day is dragging on. For example, in summertime when we have extra hours in the night, like it doesn't get dark until 8:30. When I have 4 extra hours of daylight and I don't want to be Zoya for much longer, or if I want to be Nif night 1 and Zoya night 2 or whatever, like I just bring both costumes. What's a LARP Mac? I don't know what a LARP Mac is, but LARP is live action role playing. It is basically D&D, but you combined camping with costumes with role playing with D&D in one thing. You get to play your character in an actual physical setting. And it's probably the most therapeutic thing I have ever done in my life besides therapy. Yeah, we are. We're talking about LARPing. Hi, Adriana. How you doing? But yeah, no, we're talking about LARPing, live action role playing. It's better than D&D, and I know people are gonna hate me for saying that, or people will get on my back and go, "That's because you're not part of the D&D community anymore." I am, just not publicly. But I do enjoy LARPing. LARPing is therapeutic. I turn my phone off for like 2 straight days. I just put it in I put my magic mirror in my bag and I don't look at it for 2 days. In fact, my phone doesn't even die. I take photos. I love wearing costumes. I love when people come to me for help in game. It's so much fun. I love sending new people on quests. God, it's so much fun. You've never played D&D? Well, it's literally like D&D. D&D, you pick a character, you use that character sheet. We call those our souls in game. The sheet is your soul. But you use your character sheet to like go through battles and stuff like that. Well, imagine if you playing that character in the costume of that character in a live setting where there's 400 other people doing the same thing. It's awesome. How long do LARP campaigns last for? However long you attend game. When you leave, you leave. If you don't want to be a part of it anymore, you can. The first time is free, and you can come as many times as you want. You show up, you're newly returned for about 3 games, and then it's once a month normally we play. It's for a weekend, usually 8 p.m. on Friday till about 4 p.m. on Saturday, or 4 a.m. on Saturday, and then we all go to sleep and wake up on Sunday and clean up our tents and head out. But it's really awesome. It's so much fun playing this game. But the campaigns, they've been playing for over 10 years. There's a couple of players who've been there every game for the last 10 years. In fact, this last game, last weekend, like a few days ago, was intense. We were in the dream world, which is insane already. But we were in the dream world, and like half of the dream mages died. Half of the main dream mages died. Like, I think I might be the only master left. I'm freaking out because that means there's a hit on my head now. Which is fun, because now I'm going to be involved more in story, which is what you want. You want to be involved in story. So I may actually be able to make the Renaissance Fair. The court is going better. Awesome. I don't know when I'm going to be able to join. I am going to try to do week 1, which I believe is like the first week of April or something like that. I do want to try to do Pirates Week, which I think is the second week of April. I was supposed to be doing that, that summer camp, but since the D&D community decided that a fan service was not what they wanted, we decided to cancel that, and I'm free now. So I might just go to Ren Fairs. I want to make more content at Ren Fairs. I want to do more LARPing. I want to do more fantasy stuff, and I want to do more comedy. So I'm just trying hard to do all that. Damn, so I have to watch a YouTube video on D&D to figure out how to LARP? No, not at all. You could literally watch how it works. You can go to YouTube and type in Twin Mask, and there are a bunch of videos explaining how to play Twin Mask. But I'll give you the super, super quick lowdown. You have a sheet. This sheet is your character sheet or your soul. You're going to create that about 2 weeks before game. You're going to go through the rule book. If you go to twinmask.com, there's a rule book. You don't have to read all of it. It's a lot to read. All you need to do is pick your character bloodline. There's 6 to choose from. You pick your bloodline, and then you pick your culture. Your culture is where you're from and how you dress, how you act, your beliefs, your morals. Once you have that character, you're going to go through and figure out what kind of character you want to build. That's what's going to go on your sheet. For example, my name is Zoya. I am a Trahazi, which is like a traveling gypsy, who basically betrayed my caravan in a past life, and that's why I died. In this life, I've used my character points, which is what you use to build your character and what magics and stuff they can do. I used it to make myself a dream mage and a divinator, or a diviner, because I wanted to be full gypsy. I wanted to be super tarot. I wanted to be a psychic. That's what I wanted to do, because that sounds like a fun character. Yes, Twin Mask. Will you visit conventions? Yes, I haven't decided which ones I want to go to yet this year. I definitely want to do WonderCon if I have time, but only if my friend can get me in for free, because I can't afford to pay $100 to go for one day. There are a couple of other ones, like I want to go to VidCon. There's a D&D con in Indianapolis, I think. I'm not going to that one. I might go to San Diego Con. I might go to LA Con. I might do ALA again. I did ALA earlier this year, but those are the ones I like to go to. But yeah, there's a couple I'm going to go to for sure. But anywho, back to Twin Mask. You have your sheet. After you build this sheet, that is your soul. A new player advocate will help you build it if you need help, but I can also help you. It's not that difficult. It's just a lot and overwhelming because the book is like 400 pages. GenCon. Yeah, no, I'm not going to GenCon. GenCon is the only con that I run into where if people email in and go, I want to see this person, they don't give a fuck. You have to pay to go. And then if you get selected as someone who plays on one of their stages, then you get reimbursed. And I'm not fucking about that. Like, I would rather be invited and feel appreciated before going and spending money to travel somewhere than trying to convince a convention center that I am interested in being a part of their convention. I know my value and I know my worth and I know where I'm wanted and where I'm not wanted, and I there's no point in going to Gen Con personally. Gen Con, whatever. I know it's generation, whatever. It's fine. I'm not going anyway. But yeah, LARPing is basically camping in costumes. You go camping, you wear a costume, you have a sheet, and then you walk around this town of Port Frey, and you get to be that person. I love it. It's a break from my mental life. It is a break from my internet life. It's a break from the drama that's happening. So I just take all of that aside, and I take a 2-day mental break. I put my phone away. I don't look at it. I do take photos on my camera, but that's literally it. It's a lot of fun. It is probably my favorite thing that I've ever done in my life. Why not LARP as a pirate on an actual boat? You could do that. There are LARPs on pirate boats. They're a little bit more expensive than my LARP, but you're more than welcome to do that. There's a LARP I'm doing in Canada that's $2,000, but it's a week long. Your food and your drink and all of your camping stuff are included. The only thing you have to bring is your costume and your bedding, which is great. I'm gonna bring like 3 fur blankets, like 2 pillows. I might bring a sleeping bag because it's gonna get really cold and I just want to be warm. But you bring your own clothing, your costume, and then you bring your own stuff. There's also a few stores that are open to everybody for LARP and all that stuff, so that'll be fun. Is the forest decorated? Like they got obstacles? Kind of. So we play at a Ren Fairgrounds for Cronenberg. You can look up Cronenberg if you'd like. It's in California. There are buildings set up already. A lot of players will bring stuff to create. We don't go a lot into the forest because there are snakes. There are... because we're in a desert, so there are snakes, there are coyotes, there are boars, and we try not to, mix and mingle with them since, we like to be alive. But there is camping. It's all outdoors and camping. There is running toilets, so there's porta potties and toilets, so, there's no showers. There's no sinks. You have to, clean yourself in one of those portable sinks that they have there. But everything is decorated from one end of camp to the other, from town to town, essentially. And there are buildings that people use. Literally, the moment you drive in to drop all your stuff off, because of course you can't keep your cars there. We call them dragons. But you can't keep your cars. They have to be parked in the parking lot. But once you drive in, the first time, I remember this feeling. The first time I drove into this camp, into the town of Port Frey, we drove in and we went... What? There were actual buildings, and while we can't go in them anymore because it's not safe and because the city let go of their upkeep when we all went to COVID, for a year and a half, they just stopped upkeeping the buildings, so now they're kind of not safe, but then we can still use the outside, and there's still the tavern area, there's still the brothel where Cole is. We make our own camp. There's the orchard. They bring all of their stuff, like walls, tents, everything. It's insane the amount of effort people put into their camps. I will post photos on my story of my camp and what it looks like and what I put together. I think I might actually make a TikTok where I look at it and I shake it and turn it into my camp so you guys can see, but I'll have to do that in March. The next game is March 25th or something like that. So would an alchemist field magic fit with the snacks? Everything fits with the snacks. I think we have one alchemist right now, but we have a laboratory already, so you can already make potions. I would say this: if you're gonna do a magic, if you're gonna do magic right away, I recommend doing one magic. Don't split it into multiple things unless you're doing healing and a magic, because you're gonna need magic adept. 5 points go into mana, which is every level of magic is 12 points, which is a lot. You only get 20 CP to start if you're a fae, a celestial, a demon, or a dragonborn. You get 40 points, double, if you start as a human or a Fendel, which is an elf. Those 2 bloodlines, you get 40 points, which is why I was a human for my first one, because I was like, oh, I want the points, because I want to grow faster. But there are ways in game to grow faster as well, like donating water to the game, donating costumes, bringing your own peasant type clothing for your NPC shift. Everyone does an NPC shift. Oh, medic. Oh yeah. If you're doing medical, you have to take magically adept. I tell everyone, even if you don't think you're going to do magic, you might later in life, and it's impossible to add magic adept later in game after 3 games. So once you create your character game 1, you have 2 games to completely respec it if you don't like it. So whatever you create is fine. You can create a whole medic right now, and if you don't like the healing game, the next game you can completely rewrite it. But once you're on your 4th game, you can't change it anymore. That's your permanent character. Really, brothels. I mean, kudos for accuracy of the times. Yeah, I mean, it's basically where the pirates hang out. It's called a brothel, but obviously there's no nudity. It is a dry game. There's no alcohol, there's no drug use, there's no nudity. Kids can come with, but they have to leave site by like 8 p.m. or something like that. Yeah. Bye, Chris. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you on Friday. I'm going to be in San Diego on Friday, so it might not be a really long broadcast Friday, but I definitely will go live on Friday. Not even mead? Not even mead. Well, I mean, some people do partake in certain things safely. If you're not an adult who can control yourself, don't do it. Just don't do it. I go to my car and I smoke a joint because I have a compressed spine and a panic disorder. And if I stand all day long, which I do because I do cooking and I walk around town taking photos all day long, like my feet are like barking by the end of Saturday. I need to get insoles so it doesn't hurt as much. But there's still like pirates with their cleavage all the way out. There's still girls in skimpy outfits like nymphs and stuff like that. Like there's still sexy elements. It's just that's not what this LARP is about. The other LARPs, I can't say. I'm excited to try other LARPs. While I love my LARP and I love the community I built in it and I don't ever want to stop playing it, eventually we're going to end up leaving the game because we're going to move to a different country. But for now, it's a great LARP. The only thing I don't like about it... Mioden! The only thing I don't like about it, and then the only thing you're probably not going to like about it, is full of murder hobos. And by that, I mean every time you leave the tent or the camping area, people are going to try to kill you, especially at night. December's game was the Yule game. There was a Yule market. People were out like selling things. It was a chance to meet new people, have a party. The month before that was Rebel, which was like the Dacian version of Halloween, so everybody wore masks. Like there are certain things that add fun elements to the game, but last game was the love game. There was 4 weddings of different groups of characters, which was a lot of fun, but there was a lot of death. A lot of death, and that's another reason why, like, I don't know, I don't like being chased, I don't like being hit with sticks. I would rather just live in the life, because, you know, whatever. Because you gotta act all the time. It's exhausting to act all the time, but it is so much fun. And if you need to get out of character to say something, you just put your hand on your head and you go, out of character, I don't understand what you're saying. Or out of character, you're being a little rude, I know your character's being like this way, but I don't like it as myself, kind of a thing. Of course, goodbye, Mackenzie. I'm actually not going to be live for too much longer. I want to be live for at least an hour, so at least 10 minutes. But I'm going to pause on a break really quick. I'm going to pull up my commercials onto my Twitch and my YouTube, and then I'm going to to go get some water. And someone's at my house, I think, so I'm going to go talk to them really quick. But yeah, I'll be right back. First, a word from our sponsors. Heck yeah, back from commercial. I love it so much. How are we all doing? I am super excited. I hope you enjoyed my little commercials. I'm trying to get TikTok to triple cast with my YouTube and my Twitch so that I don't have to worry about twisting my camera and shit. And like, that's the only thing that bothers me is OBS is more professional when you go live than any other app that I've worked on. And I really want to create a better, God, how do I put this? I would like to create a better way of being professional through TikTok, because that's where my following is. And while I know there's not a lot of you here right now, and while it's you know, it's a hit or miss sometimes when you go live, it's intense. It's intense when you're like, oh, I just want to be professional, and if it's not connecting, it's starting to piss me the fuck off. But it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Everything is burning up. Who is that girl I see with that rat? So cutie. Look how cute she is. Do you want to come down? Thank you for the kiss. Do you want to keep going? Oh, thank you. Do you want to keep coming? Come. Just gonna make my shoulders itchy. Hello, Kava. How are you doing? My shoulder is so itchy, and I want to smoke this little bit of this joint. So I'm gonna bend over and come over here where you can't. Well, you can see me on Twitch and YouTube, but you can't see me. You can't see me on TikTok. Oh yeah, that's great. What's your friend's name? This one right here. This girl right here. This is Stevie. This is my Stevie girl. This is my grandma. Cosplay the Raw. What's the Raw? TikTok professional? That's crazy. I know, right? They're working on it though. I've been working with their live community to get things like better. So, you know. Yeah, chunky goodness. It's my Stevie girl. Thank you for the kiss. Thank you. Thank you for the kisses. What up, Big Daddy Rhett? That's really funny. I appreciate funny screen names. I appreciate funny screen names that don't hide the fact of who you are or what you stand for. I like Divergent Daddy. That's a fun name. I honestly like Big Daddy Red. That's a pretty good one as well. I'm all about puns, so. I've been trying to get hired by Hooters because I'm broke. Why Hooters specifically? From your picture, it looks like you were of the male persuasion. That's not necessarily what they go for. Are you cleaning your face, Stevie? Thank you for the pina colada. If you like pina coladas and rats all up in your face. You want some pina colada? Here, I'll put a little bit in my nail. Thank you. Oh, do you like that?
You gotta get your rat drunk.
Yeah, rat drunk! Because I have no cash, and it's the only place in my area willing to hire. That's a lie. There's so many places hiring right now.
Yeah.
My wife used to call me her spotted gecko. That's cute. And only place I haven't been kicked out. Oh, well, why are you kicked out of other places? Because that might be a reason why you're not getting a job elsewhere. You want a rat play date? Holly, you have rats? Wait, Holly, you have rats? Also, you can see I'm allergic to my rats, but I love them anyway. My shoulders are getting all itchy. I'm not a psychopath. I just love animals. Right, Stevie? I just love my girl. Give me a kiss. Thank you. No, I have a raccoon. Well, okay, so Holly, I actually been trying to figure out like what to do for our reunion. I can't decide if I want to be like, let's just meet up in LA where it's more fun and where I know I don't know, people might be able to travel 2 hours north from San Diego, or should we just do it in San Diego? Because if we do it here, we can just use my house as the venue, because I know not everyone will be able to come anyway. But if we use my house, it's free. We can set it up beforehand, and people can be my rats if they want. But mainly, I'm just trying to figure out what would be better. Do you really have raccoons though? That's insane. I want a sugar glider, but not till my pup Sherry passes, because she will murder it, and I feel like a sugar glider is a big commitment. But that is on my list. I used to want a fox until I watched what foxes do to houses, even domesticated, and I said, nope, I think those are just fun for a distance. But sugar gliders aren't destructive, and they're the same size as rats, so I already have cages and stuff for them, so. Oh, well, don't skateboard in busy shops. Girl, I love animals too, but itch all the time. My doc says you shouldn't touch them, and I'm like, yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I have raccoon babies. I've always wanted a fox too. Yeah, I get that. I would love a ferret as well. Ferrets are also really stinky. Ferrets and skunks, skunks, as well as foxes, they're all, even domesticated, they're messy and they're stinky.
Hey, Milton, come here. Are you scared?
But yeah. Aw, thanks, Candy. But yeah, no, what's up?
I was wondering, do you have my camera cord by any chance?
I don't even know what you're talking about. What camera cord?
The USB to my camera.
I don't have it.
I haven't.
Is it
touched it in a minute.
is it USB 3? Like what type?
Yeah,
of
USB 3 to you.
Here, you can just take it.
USB-C.
I've got plenty.
Okay, cool.
I was like, I don't know. I don't remember. Reunion at your house would be fun. It's not that far from SD. It's not. On a good day, it's like 2 hours or less, especially from Horizon to my house. It's an hour and 45 without traffic, so it's not too crazy. I think I might just make a group page for Horizon alumni for our group, anyone who is in our grade who wants to go, and just start adding people to it, and then having like a vote of would they rather do it in San Diego or would they rather do it in LA. In LA, we can use my house. We can do it in the summertime. We can do it on the 4th of July or something crazy. If we're here, I think we're here on the 4th of July. If not, then we can do it in San Diego. And I was thinking of the place in San Diego could be like Crown Point. You know, the place we used to all go get baptized in. But yeah. Oh, bye, Palute. See you later. Yeah. Only pet we got is a jackapoo called Tootsie. What's a jackapoo? What's a jackapoo?
Jack Russell Poodle?
Oh, that makes sense. A dog. That makes sense.
Maybe.
Let's go San Diego Padres. Yeah, like Mission Bay. So Crown Point, Mission Bay, we can bring our own, because like we have a fire pit personally, so we could literally grab our own fire pits, bring them, and do like a bunch of fire pits. Everyone can bring like 2 or 3 canopies. We can do like a potluck, or we can do my house, which I have plenty of space for. If a person wants to bring their dog, they could. There's rooms for babies, like if you need to breastfeed. I know there's a bunch of us who have already had kids, so that's open and available. But we've got 3 separate yards, a huge house. We know we can put movies on in the living room. I can probably put a collage together and try to find photos, I guess, from high school. I don't really remember where all my photos are, but yeah, it's a rat. I love my rat too. This is Stevie. She's my grandma. Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? Hey, show them how much you love me. Come good. Not on my finger, on my lips.
I want more sauce. Give me the sauce, Mom.
Thank you.
I feel gross.
It's not gross.
I hate it.
Milton licks us, and he's way grosser.
I don't let him lick my mouth. I don't lick my face. I hate it.
Stevie. Either one will be fun. If we do it at your place, I can help decorate if you need. Awesome! Because I already have a bunch of shit. I could make a photo booth.
Party at our house?
I've already talked about this party like 10 times. I said it's a possibility. It's a very 50-50 baby.
I didn't wasn't here for the beginning of this conversation, so I don't know what party you're talking about.
My high school reunion.
Oh, so I didn't know that.
Oh, well, yes, high school reunion. Does Zachary know anyone from Horizon? He hasn't met anybody from my high school. I just reconnected with Jenna Vancomer like 2 weeks ago, but he hasn't met her yet. I don't think he's met anyone from Horizon, to my knowledge. Have you met any of my high school friends? I don't think you have.
Mm-mm.
I don't have a lot of high school friends anymore.
We always just live at your family's house when we go to San Diego. We don't do anything fun.
Yeah, and everyone I know that I care about or did care about moved out of LA or moved out of San Diego, so I don't think so. But yeah, no, my certification will be put to use since I am certified for event planning and wedding planning. So I'll just make a Horizon Class of 2010 Facebook group, and then once we have like 50 to 60 people in there, I'm gonna need your help inviting people to that group because I am not friends with everybody from high school on Facebook for multiple reasons. Like I know that the last event page disappeared, so if we do a group, it won't disappear. Ooh, Stevie, you and your tail made my back itch.
Hi. Hi. How you doing? Are you a sweet girl? Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. No, get out of my coffee. You don't need coffee. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. In fact, let me write this down. I need to do the pet store today. Oh, did you find a goldfish cracker? Look at her, she's so cute.
It's adorable.
Yes.
How's your drink?
Delicious. Oh my god, she's doing the eye thing. It's called boggling. That means they're the happiest they've ever been in this moment.
Her eyes are pulsing.
Yeah, I've never seen her do it before.
Oh my god, this thing's so good. My fucking eyes came.
Yeah. It's crazy. Rats are so cute. It'd be fun to see who can tolerate my stonerism that I used to go to Christian high school with. Yeah, I could care less. I'm gonna have like a section for weed. I could care less. I'm like, we are adults. I think that a lot of what we learned in high school was brainwash. I think a lot of things that were kind of blown out of proportion when it comes to being in a Christian high school. I don't think sex is evil. I think that a lot of the I think that a lot of the stuff that we were raised to believe is completely bullshit. I also don't really have a faith anymore because of Horizon. So we'll see. I'm not going to sit here and be like, "Hail Satan!" or whatever for the next, like, whatever, for the reunion. But I am going to be stoned off my ass.
If anyone judges us at our own home for the life we live, they can get the fuck out.
We live a great life.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. If any of these, like, fucking private school Christian pieces of shit come in here and try to enact their judgment, even though their God says love thy neighbor, and they don't follow any of that because they're all racist pieces of shit who don't like anyone, they can fucking leave. And I will happily let them know that. Well, I don't like that.
No, I agree.
Like, Christianity is built on forgiveness. It's one of the core fucking tenets, being kind, and nobody gives a shit. They hate everyone. They're monsters. Fucking Christians killed more people on Earth than anything else besides time.
Oh, hail Megatron! Holly said I agreed, and same, I haven't been to church in a decade because I'm too triggered. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
But, thanks, Blair.
Be spiritual, know what you believe in, and love that, and be true to it. But don't follow blindly because like a million other people told you to, and for money. You know how rich the Catholic Church is? They're worth like $1 trillion. You know how big the Vatican City is? 1/4 mile. It's fucking stupid, and it's worth $1 trillion. Fuck them.
I'm also a witch now. Girl, me too! I think I remember in World Religions how we had to take a religion and like do a report on it. My religion was Wiccan. And honestly, it wasn't that I was like, oh my god, I'm a Wiccan. It's not that. It's like I really loved what they stood for and the fact that there was like more woman deities and more feminine like leads of that religion. And I was like, this is great. Why isn't our religion like this kind of thing? But hey, you know, to each their own. Praise be, my fellow spellcaster. Ah, blessed be. I love it. I love it. Yes, I for sure am a witch. I'm a goblin witch. I'm a goblin witch. I am a goblin witch. For sure. Okay, I've been on for over an hour. That is good for me today since there's nothing like super crazy happening. I am gonna hop off so that I can get ready for my headshot shoot and like have a break before he shows up at 2. And I'm gonna hang out with my Stevie. I cleaned already. I need to go to the pet store. That's what I was trying to write down. Which I can do after my photo shoot.
So when are you leaving?
Tonight. Late.
Are you doing a photo shoot late tonight?
No, the photo shoot's at like 2.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought his studio's in San
I
Diego.
figured you would appreciate it if he came here and
I
like.
thought his studio's in San Diego.
No.
I thought
Maybe.
this is the guy that we didn't
No,
see him in
no,
San
not
Diego?
him. This is the guy from the theater or from the bar the other day when I was looking at those Cruella photos.
Oh,
not
the guy with a little girl that dressed like
no,
Cruella.
not James. He's the guy who has the girl.
Who's
The
this
guy
guy?
that was showing me all his photos on his phone. You don't remember that?
Oh, I thought that was the dude who had the little girl that also dressed up as Cruella.
No, that was the guy sitting next to me with the hat.
Who did the exact same thing you're describing.
Pretty much.
Okay.
They both did the same
so
thing.
do you see why I'm
I
confused?
see. That's why I'm trying to.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know who this man is. You'll have to show me.
Okay.
I don't
Well,
know.
he'll be here.
Alright.
But I figured you would
Is
appreciate
this
it
a
if he.
spicy shoot?
No, it's not. It's just headshots. I already told him. I said I don't do spicy shoots for the first shoot with anybody, even if I know them,
Good.
because I want to see how they work as a photographer. Because there's one guy. I do remember the guy. I drove all the way up the hill to meet this guy, and his fucking
Didn't know
cameras
what
weren't
he was
even fucking
doing.
charged. And I was like,
Yeah.
"You've got to be kidding me! I'm not sitting here naked for the next 2 hours. Like, this is stupid."
No.
So yeah.
Good.
Live access restored. The fuck are you talking about? Well, my live ended.
Did it? Hey, Stevie. I don't want you stepping on my keyboard. If you send something, I can get in trouble.
Stevie.
Stevie. I need you to be eaten.
A hate speech violation?
Oh, it's because of me. It's because I was talking about God. Somebody was mad that I was talking about God. Sorry.
Thanks, babe. I mean, I agree with you.
But
So.
also, you're allowed to talk about things. Like, that's...
I know. I don't really have a problem with it.
Yeah. And I was listing historical accuracies, so...
That's right. It's letting me go live automatically. So I guess nothing went wrong. That's silly. I got banned on TikTok for hate speech.
Are you live again?
Yeah, I'm live again. Which is absolutely silly. It's freedom of speech. I wasn't hurting anybody, so. But it's fine. Every time I tell everybody and ban things for me having hate speech against myself, no one cares. So, what do you want, TikTok? What do you want from me? I'm not gonna be live for too long, but I figured I'd come on and explain what just happened in my live. This is the first time I was banned or turned off since I started going live this year, so that's good.
And it wasn't
Made
even
it-
your fault.
And it wasn't even my fault. But I made it 3 whole months. That's crazy.
This is why I wouldn't last on the internet.
Yeah. You wouldn't last at all on the internet.
Yeah, I'm so shitty. I got you banned.
Hi Cassidy. How you doing? You want to come down, Stevie? You want to come down? No, you cannot travel. You can't do that. You just stay up here. But hello, welcome. This broadcast is brought to you by me being banned a minute ago. But I'm back because it wasn't a real ban. It was just it was funny. It was like I got banned and then the appeal was submitted without me asking or to submit it. So instead of saying like you've been banned for this amount of time, it said, yeah, that's a rat. They literally said your appeal has been approved. And I was like, but I didn't, when was I banned? Also, when did I appeal it? Which is fine. I don't give a fuck.
So they probably have live people that.
Oh, they do now for sure.
So someone probably saw it and
It was like,
immediately
nah,
it was like, that's stupid.
Good. Yeah, the live, the people who watch the lives now are great. They have a whole live area. I talk with a girl named Jordan. She's super nice. But they have been definitely, there's less bots now watching the lives, and they can tell when something is like, people will just, if they don't like what you're talking about, or if they don't like you, they will ban you, or they will report you, and the reports, if there's enough of them, you get banned. And the banned now, there's a people that they get the alerts. I'm assuming that this group of people who work for the live get the alerts and they check out the live. And if there's a person who is verified, or they have a lot of following like I do, or they're more like right now I have 75 viewers, which is pretty good for like a starter. But if you've got like a lot of viewership or whatever, there's gonna be a live person watching you, making sure you're not, talking about nefarious things or being illegal in any way. I try hard to be very open-minded and kind and positive. So we don't really talk about politics here. We don't really talk about religion, but we did for a split second, and that's what got me banned for a minute. But yeah. You can have rats as pets? Yeah, you can. Pronouns. My pronouns are she, her. I also go by goddess and queen. Goblin queen. I am the queen. But yes. Oh, you have a cosplay account. Love it. Ratatouille. Well, she cannot cook to save her life. Sorry. She is sweet, though. Look at her giving me kisses. Just a sweet girl. Kisses. Thank you. Thank you for the sweet kisses. My rat ate my baby turtles alive until the shell was left. Why are you laughing?
That's alright. Stevie ate a small other rat baby.
Stevie did eat a baby. She knew it wasn't going to survive, so she ate it.
It wasn't hers, and she was like, lunch.
It was scary. It made me real sad. Does she pull your hair? She doesn't pull my hair, but she does, will clean it if it's out and about. She likes to groom me, but I think that's just a small animal thing. It's like dogs lick you when they're showing affection. I think rats lick you when they're showing affection, but they also will like groom you the way they groom each other. It's crazy. You loved your rat until then? Until what? They pulled your hair?
Until they eat the turtle.
What made you so into rats?
Being born a goblin.
Being born a goblin. I don't know. I like rats because they're super sweet. They're basically pocket dogs. Like, they're smaller, easier to take care of. They are sweet. They're easy to train. They clean themselves. They clean themselves like cats, but they can be trained and play like dogs. It's so interesting. And I've got eight personal rats myself. Yep. But they're super cute. They're super sweet. Come here. Come back.
Very low maintenance too.
And they're low maintenance, yeah. They're lower maintenance like cats. Like, I could feed them a large bowl of food and be gone for 3 days and they'll be fine. They're much like cats, but like dogs need constant attention. Rats, while they do need a little time outside of their cage every now and then, it's like,
Yeah, they hang out.
They hang out, yeah. Like, literally, she just chills on my shoulder. Right?
She just wants to get crunk.
I run East Tennessee. Give a heart at Rescue Rats are amazing. Oh, yeah?
That's where I'm from.
That's where my husband's from.
Knoxville.
Unfortunately, they don't live that long and they die hard. I don't know about die hard, but they definitely don't live that long.
Like
Stevie is almost 2 years old. I think she's my oldest rat right now, but she's almost 2. They usually only live about 3 years, but I've heard of rats living till 6, so we'll see. And I have a rat right now who is over a year old, and she has, how do I put that? She has a tumor the size of her body, and she's fine, so. I would have hoping you would have said Ratatouille. No, she is not Ratatouille. She cannot cook. She does try to jump into pots when I'm cooking, though. It's very annoying. I'll have her on my shoulder, and I'll be, like, taking, like, Parmesan and doing this, and she'll crawl down my arm and try to jump into the pot of boiling soup. I've had so many nightmares. Not that soup. Cookies. Thank you. I had one, and it wasn't pleasant. A rat? I had a rat who lived 5 years. That's a long rat. What up, Divergent Daddy? I know I hopped off. I didn't hop off. I got banned, so I came back to, like, say something. But it's crazy because I have more viewers now than I did when I got banned. Are you still playing and DMing any D&D games? And where to watch if so? I do not play them live anymore due to the D&D community banning me, I guess. There's a lot of bullies in the D&D community, and I have just decided to take a physical and cyber step back. I still play at home. I play at one game that my husband DMs, which is great, and sometimes, I do a one-shot here and there. But I learned the hard way that D&D should not be made for business. D&D should not be made to do anything besides play a game. It's a game. And while there are groups that have capitalized on this, and they do, thank you for sneezing on me, they do a great job with it. I enjoy watching them. I'd rather play. And I don't like the pressure of playing live and trying to be the best you can and being the best rule Nazi and all that stuff. I'm just not about it. But I do play. Just I'd rather LARP, to be honest. LARP. Like,
that's where you're actually playing.
Where you're actually, yeah, you're playing that character. Like, you are that character, and it's so much fun. I would highly suggest you surrender that rat to parrots. No, I'm good. I don't like parrots or birds in general. I just don't like the beaks. But got some fun costumes planned for the future. Love it. I'm all about cosplays. I'm all about it. They are awesome cosplays, and putting on costumes are great. What are you doing? What are you doing, Stevie? What are you doing, Stevie? You just want a kiss. Why you gonna be like that? But yeah, I'm not gonna be on for too much longer. I'm definitely gonna bring Stevie in here whenever I go live because she just enjoys hanging out on my shoulder. Okay, random question, but do you know how to wiggle your ears? A friend can. Yes. Let me move my camera closer.
You can wiggle your ears.
Yeah, I can wiggle my ears. This one moves better. Let me get the light.
It's not really wiggling.
So my ear's not moving?
I can't do it.
It's barely moving, but it is. I swear to God. I swear to God it's moving. My husband showed me your TikToks and I'm addicted. Definitely made me smile. Yay! On. Love it. How was Twin Mask? It was okay. It was a murder hobo game. There was a lot of deaths, not a lot of little cool mods like normal. It was just like a lot of death, and it was very cold. There was at one point, I think I was sitting around for like an hour and a half waiting to be used for something in the cold, and I was like, I'm done sitting here.
And your partner wasn't there.
And my partner wasn't there. Yeah, it was not the best. Like a lot of my friends were missing, but March is going to be a good game because it's our 3-year anniversary.
It's our 3-year anniversary?
For Twin Mask. It's mine,
Wouldn't it be
Chanel.
like our 4th-year anniversary since.
Well, technically, it's only our 2-year physical playing, but since COVID happened, we missed 2020 because March was when they had to cancel it. So our 1 year was supposed to be 2020. Our 2-year was 2021. It's our 3rd year, 2022.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's moving. I knew it. You're definitely free to look at the cosplays anytime. Of course, Candy. I absolutely must know where you got your Ariel crown. I so want it. My Ariel crown. I actually made it. I made that crown and then I gave it to someone for their birthday. I only slightly regret it because I don't think they appreciated it as much as I thought they would. But it's easy to make. It's just a headband and a bunch of stuff that I already still have, so I can just make another one. Is that a rat on your shoulders? It is. Stevie, they're calling you. Stevie. 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 Stevie Nicks. Stevie. There. Hi. Thank you for the kisses. You were so cute. You were so good. But yeah, this is my Stevie. Yeah, I have another kiss. No? Do you want to come down? Thank you for the kisses, you sweet little bitch. Don't go in my armpit. If my husband can't go in there, what makes you think you can? What is my sign? Guess. Thank you. Thank you for the kisses. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just gave me so much love. An Aries, no. What's my sign? A neon blue. That's really funny. That's funny, James. Cancer, nope. Not an Aries. Well, me a rising. I'm a rising Aries and a like a sun Aries and a rising Cancer or something like that. I am those two, but that's not my main. This Scorpio knows another Scorpio when I see one. Yeah, I'm Scorpio. Can't you tell by my demeanor? Can't you tell the second you meet her that she's a Scorpio? She don't take no shit. She got lots of rats. It doesn't take shit. Sorry, I was trying to think of something that rhymes with shit, and my brain just like went, and it just didn't work. I'm probably gonna hop off pretty soon because I was already live for like an hour and a half, but I got banned, so I wanted to like come back and go, I'm fine, I'm not banned. I just got banned for like 5.5 seconds for hate speech, which is hilarious because it was just a personal opinion and it wasn't even me, it was my husband in the background. But that's fine. I'm gonna hop off and put this little girl back in her house with her daughter and granddaughters. And then I am probably going to get ready for my photo shoot. And I'm waiting on an Amazon delivery. I'm looking at my list of things to do. This is how I basically... This is how I do my like schedule throughout the week. So this is all the stuff I needed to get done on Monday, which I got them all done, except one, which I moved over. This is all the stuff I had to get done on Tuesday, which I had completed. I believe everything is completed. And this is all the stuff I have to do today. There's a line here, which means I'm traveling these days to go to San Diego. But I have stuff to do the weekend. That's why I'm in San Diego. So all of this is empty. But normally it's almost completely full of just stuff. If I was staying here, I would most likely be working on my podcast. Because I think I'm going to redo it. Not like everything. I'm going to keep the name, I'm going to keep the layout, I'm going to keep what I talk about, but I think I'm going to do it from more of like a vlog perspective. Mainly because I have a lot of stuff going on right now, and the things that I really enjoy listening to on podcasts are like in the life of somebody else. I watch, my favorite podcast is Call Her Daddy by Alex Cooper. She talks a lot about sex and the norms of sex, and I did a guided meditation yesterday to release my inner sexual demon because I was trying to fix some things in my brain and a lot of insecurities. But I really enjoyed the other day when she was just talking about something that happened in her life, and it didn't sound professional. It was very much like every few days she used her phone to like make a note, and I thought that was super cool, and I wanted to, you know, listen to more of her life because her life is a little crazy, and so is mine. So I think I'm just gonna do that instead. Favorite person. I love it. Thanks, Corey. Swamp, are you trans? I am not trans, but I do support trans rights. I know that that there's a trans flag in my bio, which is why everyone asks if I'm trans. I'm not. I'm a born female, believe I'm a female. My pronouns are she, her. But I do support trans, which is why I put it. I might even put a rainbow in there as well to support, you know, LGBTQ.
You have a bunch of trans friends, and they're wonderful people.
Yeah, we have a lot of friends from all over the place. We've got trans, regular, cis, I guess if you want to call them. We've got non-binary. We've got pan. We've got poly. We've got everything from under the sun.
Yeah. Hi,
Sid. I will love your new path. Be there to support. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do a podcast that's more about like a day in the life. My first episode is still going to be about cyberbullying because that's what's the main thing that's happening in my life right now. And then I think after that, I'm going to hop over to another topic instead of staying on the whole internet topic. I think I might do exhaustion or like burnout as the second one, and then the third one is going to be about friendships because I'm going through hell right now, and then maybe even losing a loved one, and like how you can help people cope if you've never been through it, because until like 2 weeks ago, I never really understood what it was like to lose someone in that way. Like, sure, I had my great-grandparents pass away. Get out of my alcohol, you bitch. I had my great-grandparents pass away, but you know, my great-grandparents were like 95, so it was more of a peaceful thing, and we had time to say goodbye. Whereas when my grandma passed away a few weeks ago, it was sudden, and we didn't have a chance to say goodbye, and it was...
to deal with the grief of it. Like, you have to see your grandfather.
Yeah, and see everyone so sad.
One of the worst things about death is not the death of the actual person. Like, they're not in pain, but you have to deal with the grief that surrounds their death.
Yeah. And
as an adult, that's one of the hardest things, is not being able... Because you can't help them. You feel very helpless with death. Your grandfather is in the worst place ever.
Yeah, but they were in a good spot.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's so hard, is they were in a good spot.
Yeah.
Guess what? What, wolf guy? But yeah, so that's that. But that's what I'm gonna do with the podcast. I definitely want to focus on that next week when I come home from being in San Diego. Don't go in there. That's a candle. Mainly because I need to be on my computer. I don't think that. I guess I could also do an episode with my mom on my phone. Like I could record the visual, or maybe not record visual and just do audio and ask like medical questions to my mom. She did want to do a medical podcast.
You know, it's kind of cool about like misconceptions, like common mistakes people make, and like things like as a nurse, she probably deals with people that like deal with like more holistic medicine, and she has to come in and say like, hey, I see what you're doing, but like you might be hurting more than. Like,
I'll ask her, see if she's
so
interested.
that's kind of a cool like breaking down old wives' tales and things that actually could do damage to people.
I only regret that I never got Nana on before she passed. That's all right. You used to be a nurse. That's cool. The ghost of Q's face has been revealed. What does that mean? Cyberbullying is a new norm for people to attack. People are much stronger from behind a pick. Yeah, of course they're stronger. Keyboard warriors hide behind the keyboard for a reason. I have been cyberbullied a lot the last year, and I knew it was horrible, but I didn't know how it felt. And now I do. And it's not great. It is probably one of the worst feelings I've ever felt when you can't do anything about it. Like the more you fight it and the more you try to defend yourself, the worse off you are. Hi Ryan, how you doing? Why am I itchy? Because I'm allergic to my rats and she's crawling on my neck. That's why I'm itchy.
But I love them.
But I love them. I just love you so much. Doofusburg Secret Incorporated. Come here. Come to me. Come to my shoulder. Good girl. All the way. Come here. Good girl. Hi, Fax. How you doing? I'm probably not going to stay on too much longer because I'm burning out a little bit on my brain. And I have a photo shoot in 20 minutes, so I got to, like, be normal. But, yeah. They come after because you are on a rise. People hate to see others rise when they are stagnant. I mean, no, they're coming after me because I made one mistake, and it wasn't a big mistake. It was just a stupid mistake.
It's about power.
It's about power.
People want to enact some power. They feel like since you made a mistake, they get to punish you for it, and that makes them feel big. It's the same problem we have at LARP when you give people like a 10 strike, and they get to abuse that power. And the internet gives people power. Then that's it.
It gives the wrong people power.
All of these people want to punish you and feel big, and it gets to a point where it's like, dude, we took the black eye. Like, we made one mistake.
My favorite comment is when people are like, she's not even getting any consequences for her actions. It's like,
ruined our fucking life.
So much stuff. Like, it's, people don't see the consequences because I don't need to see them. I don't want them to see what's happening.
We're still picking up.
But I'm still putting myself back together. You know, it's not the best. I am back. What's up? Cyberbullying, common misconception that we don't like ourselves or are jealous. That is a common misconception. It's a common, like, belief that you bully because you don't like yourself. You bully because something's happening at home. You bully because you're jealous. Like, what are the other reasons people would bully? Like, if you're trying to be a true warrior for good, don't bully. Like, correct, heal, forgive. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. Sometimes we do it simply for fun or out of boredom. We lack empathy many times. That is true, and that's the worst form of it. I would rather you be in pain that I could help you than someone who does it for pleasure, because that's not someone I want to help or be involved with. But yeah, you know. Are you a witch? You seem like an electric witch. I am a baby sea witch. I'm actually a shadow witch. But yes, I am a witch. I do Shadow Witch because they're more about protection and being spiritual than being spell-wise. Like, I do spells and I do tarot readings and stuff like that. In fact, I have my Forest Fae deck right next to me, which is new. It's a little book, or a little thing, but they've got mushrooms and stuff on them, and I bought it simply for the mushrooms. Oh, what do you have to say? Reach.
I'm sorry.
That was me. The Fae Harpy. Find the words to long-forgotten songs and dance to the music in your soul. Away we fly. Take the clouded roads. Delight in your imagination. The Spell Singer. Cast spells of wonder and delight. This just means get to work, and it doesn't matter if you take the road last traveled. You're going to reap the benefits of it. Okay, thanks, guys. I understand. Palm reading. I haven't learned palm reading. I do know there's a couple of things, like if there's an M on one of your hands, it's supposed to signify specialty, like special or something, like you're different than the norm. A lot of movie stars have it. A lot of models have it. A lot of storytellers have an M on their wrist. I also heard on TikTok, which is a joke, but that you have your initial of your significant other or your like soul person on your thumb. Mine does have a Z, and my husband's name is Zach, so I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah,
It's very easy to find.
it is. I know.
You can find any letter on your hand if you're looking for it.
Are you doing the curling your hair with a scarf trick? Yes, except mine is a headband. It is a braid headband that just ties together in a bow like this. But yeah, no, I'm doing that to my hair. That's how I curl my hair. I don't deal with heat anymore. This is the way to keep my hair alive. And I think my hair is really healthy right now. I stopped washing it as much. I started putting it up in buns and braids, but like with a clip instead of a hair tie, so it stopped breaking off in the middle. But yeah, definitely. I'm definitely doing that. Mine has mine too. What does that mean? What does that mean? Can I have a kiss? Do you want to go back in your house?
I'm wasted. Mom, I'm so drunk.
Are you drunk on whiskey? I mean, rum. Are you drunk? The soulmate on thumb. Oh, got it. Yes. You can barely see it, but there is definitely, like, you could see the Z backwards right there. And I was like, holy shit, that's really funny. Because the other side doesn't have anything, but it does on this one. And I thought that was really funny. I was like, why not? Why not believe these random things TikTok is teaching me?
You in a tizzy. I'm sorry. I thought I left the water.
Milton's a dog. Milton's a
that
dog.
I'm staring at the wall.
Yeah, pretty much.
I came out of the bathroom and he's just sitting there like,
I've been so good, I have made no noise. Please throw it. Please throw my ball. Milton, you're such a simple creature. Sit. 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 Good sit, Milton. Good boy. Would you like one of my fruity pebble crisps? Sit. Sit. Would you like a piece of my fruity pebble crisps?
see, do you like a little piece of pizza? Does that make you happy?
Mm-hmm. That's how I eat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. She says my thumb has a T on it and my hubby's name is Todd. Mine has a Z. It's very obviously a Z. You see it?
No.
You don't fucking see the Z right there?
It's a little wonky, Z.
It's a Z.
Could be.
I mean, maybe it's an N. Maybe I'm supposed to be finding a Nico.
Nico?
Sorry, hon. I gotta go find a Nico.
I was punched in the face one time by a Nico.
Of course you were.
He was a piece of shit. I watched him get beat up by a girl a few months later, though, so that was fun.
Strong ass bitch. All right, I'm gonna hop off now that I have come back
she's also
and.
dead.
Fun.
Yeah, she OD'd.
Yay.
Good friend of mine.
Great.
Yeah.
You're such a bag of sunshine today.
All my friends from Knoxville are dead.
All my friends are dead. All my friends are dead. Push them to the edge. Really went to the edge. Push them to the edge.
It's really fucked up.
Yep.
East Tennessee's really bad about pills, and all my friends are dead.
Yeah. Well, Caleb's still alive. For now.
He's hard to kill.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to hop off before I get banned again. But I'm going to hop off and see you guys on Friday. I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you like what you saw or you want to hang out more and you want to make sure you get those notifications, make sure to follow. There's a few things you could do for your broadcasters and your social media people. In order to support them, all you got to do is follow. You can like by tapping the screen a bunch of times. If you double tap my nose, double tap anywhere, like the hearts will start coming up on the side of the screen and the like meter up at the top will go up. And that's free. And you can also share the broadcast. If you share the broadcast, send some likes or follow. Those are the 3 things you can do for free that help support your streamers and your broadcasters. And as usual, you can see me here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you've got questions, I answer, like, even if they're raunchy, I try really hard to be as appropriate as possible and answer everyone as soon as I can. But I'm going to hop off, and I'll see you guys on Friday. I'll be in San Diego, so I won't have my normal setup, so I will just be going live, most likely, on TikTok, and that is it. So I will see you guys on Friday on the tickety-tick-tick of Talk Talks. Yeah, it's going to be, see you then.